Hey Internet, it's Adam the Eclectic Gamer, coming with my 8th League of Legends placement game. Excuse me if I don't talk right away, gotta figure out what people want to play here. But this is the Champion Select, Picks and Ban phase. Alright, so we have a jungle on the top. I guess I could ADC. Should I just support? Go top can. So then it's so this is interesting. They banned my Thresh. I should have told them not to ban it since I like playing Thresh. I usually play Tristana if I'm ADC, so I might have to switch it up here a little bit. I have some other options, but I guess I'll see what he picks. Anyway, yeah, so this is my 8th match. Okay. Yeah. So you know, this whole thing with some people go by pick order, top to bottom. Some people like to call and ask. So Shen's banned out. So okay. So he's doing ADC. So I will support. Okay, so Kinnan, so okay, so I'm going to support. I'm actually going to play Sona. I love to play Thresh.
You can hear me, Summoner. What masterpiece shall we play today?
It's hard to get, and sometimes, you know, a lot of times they'll start banning before we figure out who's playing what. But I don't always want to call support, so I'm just going to lock it in if that's good. So, anyway, I've played Sona once in my ranked placement matches so far. I believe it went pretty well. I played a lot of support in my normal matches. So, I got a lot of experience there. Yeah, so as you notice here, I tried to kind of be a mediator. You know, all through normals, I made a point to just play whatever role was left over. And that there's sort of an order to it. Mid and top get called the most. People like to solo lane. Then in normal queue, it seemed like attack damage carry got called more than and then support and jungle were the last two. You know, support because people don't like to do it, and jungle because it's so different that a lot of people weren't practiced at doing it. So it's very similar so far in ranked, other than it seems like ADC, attack damage carry, gets called a bit less. So I actually seen people calling support more often for some reason. Yeah. But hopefully it's interesting. So I'm actually going to not make you sit through the loading screen, so I'll come back when the game starts. See you all in a couple. Hey everybody, I'm back. Got the webcam going. Give you a little bit of the loading screen. But anyway, so like I said, this is my This is my 8th ranked placement game. I'm doing pretty well so far, I think. I'm recording these just so people who are curious about placement games can get a good idea of it. Aaron M on YouTube and the League of Legends forums was doing this, and then his recording software kind of crapped out a little bit. It's not focusing very well. Oh well. But I thought it was a really good idea, and I wanted people to have the opportunity to see it. So I thought I would recreate it here. Actually, I'm going to restart this video. Just give me a sec. Hopefully it's a little better. Anyway, sorry it was a little fuzzy. But I thought this would be really useful to people. I was curious, and I really enjoyed seeing him playing, actually. So I thought I'd do the same thing. I was really curious, and I think a lot of people are as well. They've been going pretty well so far. But, so yeah, if you have any ideas, so if you're a newer player who's watching this, just to to get an idea, please feel free to ask me any questions. Leave them in the YouTube comments or in the forum post where I'm going to post this. If you're an experienced player, please give me some advice. You can always learn something, and I've actually gotten some great advice, especially about jungling, on the forum post I made. So, yeah, keep all the comments coming. I hate counter jungling, so hopefully we can protect against it here. But I'm playing support. Like I said, I play a lot of support. I played a lot of support in the normal queue, so I have a good idea with it. Played a lot of Sona. A couple of things I'm getting used to are being very careful about making judicious use of my spells. I had a tendency for a long time to sort of waste, might be the wrong word, but just use spells, sort of spam them, and then I sometimes ended up with problems. I would end up with problems running out of mana, and then I would just sort of be, in a bad situation. So I think so what I would do to try to counteract it a lot of times would be to buy more mana items or buy a lot of potions. And that's really not the solution. The solution was just solution is to be more judicious about my the spells I'm casting. Wow. So that didn't go great, but I didn't. I got the kill off. I guess it's better to get the kill on the support than not to get it at all. We saw him coming. I'm not sure if Ezreal didn't see it. I tried to. By the time I pinged it, it wasn't really very helpful. Yeah, I should not have gone in for that, but that's okay. I have double buffs because I killed the jungle Nunu. That's funny. I guess that's why I did as much damage as I did. Oh. So I'm still working on having my locked camera. It's something I'm not entirely used to. Or unlocked camera, rather. I played with a locked camera for a long time. Go, 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 go. Ah. Too aggressive. I know. Yeah, I guess a lot of the problems I end up having in this game end up being with being too aggressive. And I know with Sona she can poke pretty well, so I had the double buff, so I figured I could get a poke and get a power chord attack off. Then I might be able to. Oh, well, at least he got it nice. I thought I might be able to get her down and really shove the lane, but didn't work out that way. Well, I mean, we're ahead of kills now. Ezreal's finally got the double buffs. It was a long double buff transfer. It was just a complicated way to get those onto Ezreal instead of me. That was what that was, honestly. So let's say I'm working on, making more judicious use of my spells so I don't end up with mana problems. I'm working on correct ward placements, basically thinking about where would I place these wards, or where would I come from if I were the jungler, especially knowing which jungler they have. So Nunu doesn't really have any kind of movement shenanigans to come from our side of the jungle into the little bush. I'm gonna go ward it now though. So just kind of keeping in mind there. So a lot of times you'll see a ward placed in this bush, which is not bad because it gets you right away, but especially with Nunu, as far as I know, unless he wants to use his flash on it, if he's going to come in, he's either got to come in through this tri-bush, down the river, or I guess he'd come through the lane, but theoretically I can see him both ways this way, and then I can also see if he tries to enter our jungle. I can just see a ton of stuff. So trying to get some poke down on Sona. I actually, for a long time when I started, I played Sona as just maxing her healing first, doing a lot of healing. Oh wow, a lot of burst damage there. And then I posted some of my videos online, and people suggested that that Sona's best attribute is her ability to poke targets down. So I started doing that, and it actually worked pretty well, but it does give me some problems with being too aggressive and putting myself in more dangerous positions when I'm trying to get some poke damage down on them. So again, it can be a problem. Definitely a thing I'm working on. I have to work on with Sona is her power chords. It's actually a very tricky proposal, just because every third spell she gets a power chord. That's where these little notes are. And so what ends up happening is then her next attack has a special ability based on whatever her last chord was. So it's really actually useful late game. Because you can slow down enemies using your E chord. You can lower the damage output of an opposing carry, almost like using exhaust. And so you can really actually have a big effect on the final outcome of the game with that. That's one of the reasons I like supports that can start having an effect at the end of the game. And Sona's one of those. I also like Thresh for that reason. Wanted to get the boots there, even instead of going toward the sight stones, because I can move out of the way a little faster, especially with some of Lux's skill. Lux is a skill shot, so it's nice to be able to dodge a little more effectively. Actually, relatively happy with how this is going. We've gotten more damage on their tower than they have on ours. They've gotten even any. We had that weird kill trade in the beginning, but wasn't so bad. I need to put down some more wards because it's not warded right now. I don't think Nunu's coming back immediately, but gotta be careful. I should think about buying some pink wards. I never know when to start the pink ward war and when not to. Typically we'll do it reactionarily instead of starting it, so I can be sitting on a little bit more gold. Not quite level 6 yet. That's when I start to get in. So yeah, I was saying I really like Sona just because she can be super effective late game with her crescendo, which is game changing in a big team fight. As well as her power chords. When there's actually a lot of there's a lot of skill involved with the use of her power chords. Her poke damage becomes sort of minimal late game, But also, obviously, she can sustain in a lane. Very well. There we go. Okay. So, Ezra doesn't have a ton of burst damage. Are they trying to bait us? Oh, I was trying to get my ult off. So every time I make a mistake, and even like that wasn't a huge mistake, but it did get me killed. I try to make sure I apologize in chat, especially if I did something wrong, basically, which I did there. I try to get ult off, but I was too dangerous about it. So a lot of times, if I feel like if I actually did do something wrong, I should own up to it, and it stops people from raging at you a little bit. Or at least in my experience, I don't get raged at all that often. It's happened a couple times, especially if you watch the other videos. Yeah, but like, relatively happy with how this has gone. It'll be interesting to see. Oh, nice. Top lane get pushed down. Nice. It'll be interesting to see how it goes late game. I feel like I'm getting much better at the laning phase, but my my late game team fighting could definitely use some work. So Tristana can really push down lanes quickly, so you gotta be careful. So I'm ready to flash Crescendo if it comes up. Oh, Nunu. Get out. These wards are really paying off. So that ward just died, so let's put it back. Yeah, we've seen pretty much every gank Nunu's tried. Nice. Alright, so now we're getting into the portion where there's additional gank paths that you have to ward off. So obviously they can come through here, but you'll see them coming a little bit. They can come through here. But yeah, basically I want to see where are all the possible ways that they could get at you from for a gank. So now, so I can't really push down this lane very well by myself, and they're Nunu coming. I see him. Oh, maybe he's just doing his jungle. So I'm gonna go back. I have enough to finally buy my sight stone. I do not regret putting all the money into wards when I could. I got my philosopher's stone, which is giving me a little bit of cash. And now I can finally get the sight stone. Actually, I can get ruby sight stone. Wonderful. So we got our tower pushed down. The bottom tower pushed down. Our tower didn't take next to any damage. The top tower's pushed down as well, so everyone's doing well. Like I said, I think I did my job with the warding for sure. I was very happy with that. Just because, like I said, we saw almost every gank. I'm sure. Like I said, part of it was I knew that Nunu doesn't have any like crazy tricks. He didn't have any like crazy. He doesn't have any crazy movement shenanigans, so I wasn't too worried about that. Like Jarvan, Zac. I'm trying to think who else has crazy movement shenanigans they can pull in the jungle. Those are two of the big ones. Elise can rappel down to things, but yeah, it's not really a thing. But yeah, so those you got like those will basically open up additional paths that they can come hit your lane with. That you have to be careful of. All right, my crescendo is up. Wonderful. So you have to be careful of that, but I'm pretty sure Nunu doesn't have anything like that. So I'm doing a lot of running around here. We're not really getting lanes or anything, but we're getting some objective control. Gotten some good kills. Yeah, things are going pretty well in general. So if we're gonna go back here, let's start the ward party. I will again getting a spot in the jungle is a pretty good one. Oh, I'm taking a long way around here. Oh, big shot to the face. Ooh. Oh, wow, that was they comboed a lot of their abilities really well there, and I'm sure I messed up quite a bit there, but cooldown reduction was good. And then, what are other people building? Is anyone building Aegis? I actually like this. Messes with enemy attack speed. Sorry, yeah, okay, I'm good with that. My boots will be a little bit faster anyway. So that kill trade wasn't the greatest, but we didn't really give up any objectives or anything, so it's not the end of the world. Ooh, juking Nunu. That was actually really funny. Oh, I got the kill. Oops. Oh, good lead. There, Lux. Good job. So I got a handful of wards up. So yeah, you can only put 3 down from the Ruby Sightstone at a time. So now comes the point when I should be buying some more. I'm actually gonna grab an Oracle's and grab a bunch of these. So now, one thing I'm really bad at is like a lot of times I would purchase wards and then not actually put them down properly, or put them down at all. So I got to be better about that. You know, my goal now is that we've taken over. We get taking the outer 2 turrets. Hopefully, we'll be taking the mid turret very soon. We need to, if we can establish control of their jungle, we should basically be able to see where they're coming from at all times, and we won't get caught out. That's the plan anyway. So let's make it happen. So we're going to put Dragon Ward there to start. Tribush Ward there. This is what we need for now to help Ez with his bottom lane issues. And then once we push up a little bit, and forget you, Lux. Whoa! Get out. Oof. That was close. I don't think staying back would have helped very much. They could have dove there so easily. They really should have. Alright, I didn't quite get the chance to get rid of the biscuit. It's not worth anything, but yeah, I'm going on wards for now. I don't know if he can dual Nunu, especially if Nunu ults. Oh. Yes, that's okay. Ooh. Yeah, they're doing pretty well for being behind. I don't want to take her on by myself. If Talon was going back in, that would have been one thing. So hopefully we can push down. Ooh, Talon's going town. This might be a bait. Quite want to follow Elise in there. Oh, we got some friends. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be there by myself. Alright, so I got the ward there. Go ahead and put some wards down in here just so we get a little more vision of what's going on. This is a little dangerous right now, but theoretically I'm seeing all of their paths. That dropped my ward here, but that's okay. We'll do a refresh. I got wards all over the bottom side of their jungle now. I'll let him, as is not the greatest split pusher, but got my ult up. Oh. Nice. I got 4 of them. Town's on bottom, pushing the tower. So yeah, that was we got 4 kills there. They're starting to come back now, so we're not gonna be able to get much on this tower. We can go bottom, hopefully rotate down there. Let's put that ward there. Continue to have this vision. Get a second turret. Yeah, so basically I think one of the big things is you always have to keep doing is kills should result in some sort of objective. Whether it's turret, dragon, baron, something. Oh. This is not good for me. Yeah, I knew it was coming. Yeah, I went back in there to kind of re-engage. I've been using my oracles that I bought. Silly me. So now they're turning around. So basically, you gotta be careful not to stay too long. We stayed too long there, and we did get 2 objectives, but we don't know if they're gonna be able to turn the tables on us now. How many we died now? 3 of us for 1. Yeah. He needs to go. But we got 2 objectives, 2 towers, and dragon. Oh, we had the dragon before, so that wasn't really part of it. So let's use that so we can buy these now. And actually, let's buy stock back up on wards. I like littering those throughout the jungle. Yeah, look, that might be a bit excessive down there, but I do feel like we. Oh, sorry, just readjusting here. We do have pretty good control over what's going on down there. So we know when they're moving around, which is awesome. So I can't really do much here by myself, so I'm really just going to wait. Need to keep an eye on. So I'm, you know, like I said, I was getting used to having no locked camera. Let's go ahead and put one down there. But a lot of times I will be looking ahead, which is a good thing, so you can kind of see what's going on as long as you understand where everything is at. But it doesn't really work with the oracles because you need to be looking where you are so you can see where the enemy wards might be. I'm not sure what he's upset with me about. Maybe it's the 4 kills I've taken. No. He wants us to stay hide in the bush. I see. Oh, boy, I died before I get my ult off. Wow, I have a lot of area effect damage. Well, my bad. Ooh, get out of there. Ooh. Yeah, won't worry about apologizing for that just now. Yeah, so we're growing this a little bit. Alright, so we're still ahead on kills and towers, really, so. Yeah, I think there's a lot of like communication things. Like, so I didn't quite realize that that's what they were going for at that point. Is hide in the bush. So he kept pinging the bush, and I wasn't sure quite what that meant. So. I guess those are kind of communication things that I just need to learn. So they might be getting dragon actually. So I want to put these wards down so we can see them coming. I'll go with Talon so he's not alone. Nice. Oh, he saw Nunu there. That's funny. He was just trying to push down the wave. Alright, again. So as a support, I can't really go and push things by myself, so I have to wait for other people. But I'm also slow. There's alacrity boots, I guess. Not very good at dodging the zig bombs. Ziggs bombs. We'll call it that. Yeah, we don't really have much for sieging this, or they're pushing the waves down really well. Tristana's great at pushing down waves. I played her a couple, she's one of the ADCs I play. So yeah, we really just, these waves are just not working for us. I'd like to catch, they're really not coming out of the base. I'd like to catch one of them with a my ultimate, but they're being pretty smart about staying in the base. Ooh, whoa, no. I was trying to get my, she must have tried me back. I was trying to get my exhaust onto her, since I figured that would lower some of her damage. But again, better I don't die. Then, because death timers are pretty lengthy at this point, so it's better I go back, get some items, and come back than I die at this point. Does anyone getting that? We don't really have a tank armor. What am I looking for? So, alright, so what's the situation? Alright, everyone's back now, basically. I'm leading the charge, I guess. Should have got more wards instead of getting that stone, I guess, but... I guess Moon was kind of tanky. He's not really going super tanky. Ooh. Nice. I'm going to actually put up some wards here so we don't get flanked around too hard. Where are they? Dragon or going for Dragon or Bear or something? Did they give up? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that seemed very odd to me. I'm not sure what they were doing there. He wants a ward up here by the dragon. Or by Baron, rather. Let's see if they're coming through the river there. This is getting to the point where I kind of wasted that a little bit. Every death is super important. just because the death timers are so long. By the time they, by the time you respawn, they might have been able to get all the way into the Nexus. Oof. Go Ez. Nah, and Mumu's being a little toxic. He's upset. So it's, we lost 4, they lost 3. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough to push anything down. Yeah, not much you can do. I don't have the money for it right now, but I don't need this. I don't need this anymore. Drink it. Don't think they have any right here, but so a couple of them go in mid lane. Ult is up. Whoa. Anyway, sorry if I got a little less talkative there, guys. I got a little tense, and I was a little upset at the moo. But anyway, that was my League of Legends game. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you have any questions or advice in the comments. Thanks.